Loki, get on mic. We're only 3 of us. We need more people.
Well, he's recording the browser, so if he got on mic, he wouldn't be recorded anyway.
True. God damn it. Where the hell is AK?
Who knows?
Someone tried contacting him?
I did, but nothing yet.
Don't spring that on me on short notice.
Little fuck. He was the one who started this, wasn't he?
Technically, it was Max who started this.
No. We're not getting into that. I meant this topic. I don't remember who sent the first message on it. It might have been you, but he jumped on board.
No, it was Sonic.
It might have been you, Sonic.
I posted
he
the
definitely
link, but
jumped on it.
AK was interested in doing it because
he did
in the chat thread.
He jumped on it.
He jumped all over it.
And then I was like, can't do it. I'll be in a different city. Microphone.
I did tell him though we were shooting for this weekend, so maybe he just plain forgot.
He AK'd it.
Although with Crunchy the way it is right now, maybe he didn't get the message because he can't log into the site.
Get your OAS in here.
Get your Gias in here.
Gias. I actually bought the first season of that on Blu-ray. I need to actually watch it.
Have you never seen it?
Oh, no, I've seen it.
Okay, good.
I saw it 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Still
I saw it on the Toonami at first. I just got the Blu-ray as well.
You got both seasons?
Yeah, I have both seasons on DVD. When I saw the Blu-ray.
I'll wait till it goes down again. I don't have any need to buy more anime.
Neither do I, but I did anyway. And then I also bought Mass Effect Andromeda and Nier, and then refunded Nier, and then about Tokiden 2, because I am a game whore.
Oh yeah, I saw you. You said you couldn't play Nier for some reason? Because your PC just can't handle it?
Well, I think... No, my PC was fine. I think it's actually...
I think the PC version sucks.
No, it's just the Windows 10 sucks. I had a whole debacle 2 weeks ago where I had to nuke my hard drive and reinstall Windows from scratch.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then the new version of Windows 10, for some reason, there seems to be an error with the taskbar where it pops up in front of anything I have full screen. Which I noticed after I refunded Nier, so that might have been the issue. It's like every time I watch a video at full screen after like 10, 15 minutes, the taskbar will pop up in front of the video. While I've been playing Tokiden 2, it minimizes the game every 10 to 15 minutes. And I am not the only person that has had the issue because I have been Googling it all night.
There you have it.
Yeah, the original version of Windows 10 I had was the update from Windows 8.1, which didn't give me any issues. But since I reinstalled Windows 10, it's been giving me problems.
Maybe you have to reinstall again.
Oh, God, I hope not. Maybe I should just go back to Windows 8.1 and stay there. Fuck Windows 10.
I mean, I'm having no issues with Windows 10, so I don't know.
And I've been having issues with my video card lately, too. It's like, God damn it. Yeah, I should...
Get a new computer.
No, I built this one. I can upgrade it myself. If I had like $700, I would get a GTX 1080 Ti. But I don't have $700, so.
So, this topic.
On to the topic.
Yeah, I guess we should start. We should actually start the show. So, who's going to host, or are we just going to jump into it like we have been?
Sonic, you host. I have no idea what's going on.
What episode are we on? 15?
16.
Fuck if I know.
It's 16.
All right.
Yeah.
Start us off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Usagiroll Podcast. This is episode 16, and today we're joined by... Take it away, guys.
Me.
I'm aidenraine.
Bio.
And your host is Sonic720. Today we're going to be talking about Crunchyroll's recent revelations with video quality issues.
CrunchyGate 2016. No, it's 2017.
2017.
Well,
oh boy, someone get this guy a time machine.
From what I can see, the person who first raised the concern that kind of snowballed into this major scandal has video evidence that Crunchyroll has been, for whatever reason, diluting the video quality since at least 2014.
Oh, 2014.
Because they showed screenshots from an episode back in 2014 that had the same type of issues as the recent ones. Now, what happened was basically, I think it was episode 9 or 10 of...
it was Rewrite Season 2.
Yeah, Rewrite Season 2. And when it came out, the quality was like half of what a normal video quality would be, for a simulcast at least.
Mm.
And
well, for those who have no idea what those kinds of things are, it's when a video is encoded, you get to choose the bit rate that is encoded. A higher bit rate will give a higher quality and a more crisp image. And Crunchyroll has been encoding their videos at a much lower bit rate than they should be.
And so basically, in the past, I believe they had a constant bit rate, which was like, I don't know, 5,000 or something for the episode. And they switched to a variable bit rate type with the new encodes. And the variation means that it can, spike at a certain area and drop at a certain area. But the other settings they have with the new encoder makes it so that the overall quality of the video is about half of what it used to be with the constant bit rate. Now, okay, you're thinking, what's the deal? What's the big deal on this? The real scandal came in with the fact that some fan subber out there who has a vendetta against Crunchyroll and definitely doesn't want to see him succeed also pointed out that this video issue had been going on since at least 2014.
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised about, because it didn't come to light until 2 weeks ago.
I was about to say, if it's just Rewrite 2, who cares?
Now so at first everybody thought, okay, it's just whatever, that episode of Rewrite 2, they'll get it fixed.
Or don't. That's fine.
People on the forums complained about it. They got it to, a bunch of people wrote into support and whatnot, and they fixed that episode. Well, this fan subber says, no, that was just the tip of the iceberg. This has been going on for a few years now, and I have evidence. So he made this long blog post, and he had screenshot evidence from the direct Crunchy rips from the episodes, and he said what basically has been happening is Crunchyroll, when they first simulcast something, was using that constant bit rate encoded file that was like 5,000 kilobits per second, and basically after 24 to 48 hours they would swap out that file with a lesser quality file. So if you didn't go and watch right when they put it up that day as the simulcast came out, you were going to then see the lesser quality video a day or two later.
Okay. So what do they gain from doing that? Is it a huge money saving effort? It sounds like they already have the files, so I mean, it's not like they're creating something cheaper. It's already there. It already exists.
Here's what sorry.
When the show is streamed, it's taking up bandwidth for them that they have to pay for. So
So yeah, what the fan subber then alleged was Crunchyroll was intentionally doing this in order to save a boatload of money on the bandwidth transfer cost, because
Okay.
Having the file essentially be halved as far as the bit rate means that the file size is going to be drastically lower than what it was previously. So say the file size was, I don't know, 500 megabytes, and now it's like 200.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a lot. That's less than half of the data that has to be transferred. So that's a lot of savings as far as the amount of data that they're transferring from their server to the customers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fan subber is alleging then is Crunchyroll has intentionally been screwing over their customer base by swapping out the good primetime simulcast files with the bad quality after 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
So there was basically radio silence on Crunchyroll's end for the first
Yeah, I did see that.
first few days after this started to break, and people were just like either rushing to the same conclusion because they saw the evidence in the guy's blog post, or
There's so many people.
or were waiting for Crunchyroll to issue a statement before they pass judgment. So Crunchyroll finally, after a few days, came out, issued a statement, and their explanation of the situation was basically, since Elation Media took over the company, they've been restructuring their servers, and they were switching from one type of content delivery network to a brand new one in the cloud. And that in doing so required them to have a different type of encoded file in order to support the new format. So they were swapping over all of the catalog titles and all the older episodes to that new format in order to be compatible with this new cloud server that they're using. That said, there's no reason why the actual files that they put onto there have to look like shit.
As someone who
I mean, it just matches the rest of their site, right? I mean, it's just consistency, feng shui and all that shit.
as someone who does like the video editing and stuff like that, it doesn't really matter what fucking bitrate you encode in. It'll give you the smaller file size, yes, but a player won't be able to differentiate between something with a higher bit rate and something with a lower bit rate. It's all about the streaming costs.
And I never fucking noticed any of this shit. So, but as Sonic has pointed out, I don't exactly have the eye for this shit either, because he's always catching all the little animation drops that I don't see.
So yeah, the controversy though was more so in the fact that Crunchyroll didn't communicate this change with its customers, and didn't communicate once it blew up until several days later, after it had already blown up. And it just comes across as like, they're doing skeevy business practices rather than transitioning to this new system like they're saying, based on the way they handled the situation.
Well, really, it's not entirely something that they should need to convey to the users unless something like this happens. The fact that they didn't respond for a length of time, that is very skeevy.
Well, what pissed a lot of people off was the fact that they have that higher quality file going in on the day of the simulcast, and then that's being replaced a day or two later with a lower quality file.
Mm-hmm.
And so people are saying, is this intentional? Are you intentionally doing that to, save on bandwidth cost or whatnot? Or is this unintentional because you're switching to this new system based on your statement? So it's basically, do you believe Crunchyroll that they're this was an unintended consequence, and whoever was encoding the videos for the new system was asleep at the wheel, basically, and didn't know how to use the encoder settings correctly to produce at least the same video quality, if not better, than the previous encodes? Or was this intentionally done so they can save money on the bandwidth costs?
Right. My own personal opinion on the matter is for that episode of Rewrite, I'm pretty sure they were asleep at the wheel. But if they're out and out replacing video files on their servers with lower quality ones several days afterwards, that's pretty deliberate.
Well, yeah, if they're doing that, I mean, has anyone else caught this? Like, I mean, this one guy, sure, but
in the statement, in the Crunchyroll's official statement, then on the site, they 100% admit they are doing this.
Oh ho!
And they say that they're going to improve it in the future and fix all of the catalog titles. They said basically the explanation of why it was happening was because they had to switch the files out for the new system in order to be compatible with the new system. However,
the new system's shittier.
However, this doesn't quite jive with what that fan subber said, because he has evidence that lower quality videos have been going on since 2014.
Yeah, for almost 3 years.
So you figure if that's been going on since 2014, and the new system is roughly 6 months to maybe a year out from when it started, that's still a couple more years at least prior to that.
1 + 1 does not equal 3.
Yeah, so basically you're like, okay, so that could explain this previous year, but what about the 2 years before that when the video quality was dipping in the catalog titles?
I mean, I don't know. Their player's always been shit, so I usually just assume it's the player.
And I guess the thing is, a lot of people have been assuming it's just the player when there's been an issue or their connection or something like that. But the definitive proof is in the pudding, so to say, with the physical rip from the site compared to the other physical rip of the lower quality that it's replaced with from the site. Because you can see right away from the same episode if the file size has dropped 500 to 200. That alone is already telling you that it's likely a lower quality image from what it was previously.
Sure. Well, so I'm looking through. It sounds like a couple of people have checked recently since this whole issue's been blown up and everything. It sounds like their bit rates are higher now. So
yeah, because someone blew a whistle.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
So here's the thing for me. The thing about it I don't like is the fact that they're, subbing out the videos that they initially put up with these other lower quality ones for the catalog. And they didn't communicate that they were doing this to their customers for whatever reason that they're doing it. I don't care. If they're doing it for this new system, like they say, that's fine.
They're saving money.
If they're doing it to save money, okay, communicate that with your customers, please, too.
Well, the good thing about their new system concerning this is, since it's an actual cloud service and they're not storing video files on like their own private servers, if they were to delete the files and then re-upload another one, it's pretty much costing them twice as much.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, having to fix all of this now is going to take a lot of time and money besides the manpower to encode it all.
I just hope they're not using the same cloud service as they're using for their forums.
Yeah, that's a whole other can of worms right there, because there's been ongoing site stability issues since back in, was it late December?
I don't know. It's been so long since this has been going on.
Site stability is an understatement.
Anyway, after that initial statement from Crunchyroll about a week or so after this all broke, they updated that with a blog post from an actual tech person that works on the video and encodes it. And they went through what the settings were in general and what they're transitioning to with the new stuff, and explained basically what went wrong with the improper settings, and showed demonstrations with screen caps from the source, the old encode, the newer encode that is degraded, and then the new encode that is supposedly as good as the older, if not better.
I guess only time will tell.
And yeah, so right now it's like wait and see how long it's going to take them to fix all of the catalog that's already been replaced with the lower quality degraded videos. And I guess people are going to have to, really hold their feet to the fire and keep an eye on it in order to ensure that the videos actually do get replaced with the better quality. Because, otherwise it's just their word that they're doing it, and you don't know until you actually watch a certain series and see if the video looks up to par with the proper settings or not.
Well, they have been losing subscribers over this, haven't they?
They definitely lost some subscribers over this. I don't know how many they lost, but it definitely blew up enough that a decent number of people were upset about it.
So yeah, if they're losing subscribers, they're losing money. So that means they want to fix their shit so they keep making money.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they corrected it. So, but they lost a lot of people. So,
all right. So I guess some questions I have for you guys, based on what you've heard, would this affect your desire to have a Crunchyroll subscription going forward? If so, why or why not?
I mean, I didn't notice anything. So I mean, like, I guess so. I mean, there's certain things that the company, I think personally, doesn't need to necessarily notify the public about. But I mean, apparently they didn't either. So, I don't know. Once they got caught, yeah, it seemed like it was a big deal. But I don't know. Personally, I still don't see this as a huge deal. I mean, we've always known this kind of level from Crunchyroll, honestly. Like, I don't know. I don't know what more to say than that.
Well, same as Bio, I always have issues seeing like the animation quality and the whatnot anyway. And for most people who just have an account and don't pay for their subscription, I mean, they're not going to lose anything on watching 480p anyway.
Yeah, that's very true. If you're a non-premium member, meaning that you don't actually pay, you only get the 480p video at max resolution. So that video is already degraded from the 1080p.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
this issue affects the 1080p videos for the premium subscribers, so I should note that for the audience, this is something affecting the paying subscribers getting the quality of video with HD.
Oh yeah, the fact that they've been doing it for so long, and the fact that it's not really the fact that they tried to hide it, because like I said before, it's stuff that concerns back-end issues, which isn't really something they need to just go out and spill to the general public. But when it takes them that long to come out and say, oops, we fucked up, we're going to fix something, that's shady.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But and if they're going to degrade the quality of their videos and put them back on there and act as if nothing changed, that is a business practice that I wouldn't really condone. So I probably would not support them if it's something they would continue to do.
So you don't unsubscribe?
if I did subscribe, if I was subscribed, I would unsubscribe.
So basically, you would need to know more definitively.
Right.
Okay.
Like I said, that's only something time will tell if they're gonna keep their word as what they say to the public. Like they're gonna fix the issue and continue to maintain a high quality for the video resolutions. Then I don't know. I would have to rethink my stance then, and only then.
Sure. I mean, you did say they've been doing this for a while, but we're gonna see now that Crunchyroll is such a huge focus in anime streaming. I mean, they've got this fucking monopoly almost. We've discussed this before. They're gonna try. They might try and get away with some more stuff, and they're probably gonna get caught a lot more times too now. They're the one. The thing is, if they're gonna care too much, because they are the one, they're gonna lose some subscribers, sure, and I mean then they'll try and fix it so that they can't, and they lost some, but I mean they're still pulling in a net positive, like a pretty big one right now too. They know that they're the source for anime streaming legally right now, so
yeah, especially after their fusion with Funimation.
Yes,
this is true. However, they do still have competition from the likes of
Amazon and Netflix.
Amazon and Netflix, which have a lot deeper pockets.
No, Amazon with their
Amazon strike
with their stupid Amazon strike program ain't gonna go fucking anywhere. I'm pretty sure we fucking discussed this.
Yeah, as we previously discussed.
Tire and is just staying on the sidelines right now.
However,
though, if they ever do get it right, they could be a legitimate threat.
Sure,
yeah, but
no, they could.
Currently, you could say that's a vivid strike to the wallet.
I mean, so Amazon's got two of my favorite series that are not licensed for streaming anywhere but there now, and they hadn't been up to this point in Nanoha and Higurashi. But I'm not paying $5 extra a month on top of my fucking Amazon Prime to just watch those that I've already seen, which I could watch on the dark side anytime I fucking want.
Yes, so, come to the dark side.
I mean, I also
have cookies.
I also own the entire Higurashi.
It's actually good thing you brought up the dark side, because with this issue, when the dark side rips the Crunchyroll stream, it's always the good quality one when they put it up at first.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's always within like the first hour.
So that stream is the one then that's on the dark side. And then when Crunchyroll replaces that stream with the degraded video, the dark side now has the better quality Crunchyroll video on their site than Crunchyroll itself has on its site.
Just download a BitTorrent client and go crazy.
I think that's the sad part for the paying customer is you get a better quality Crunchyroll video from another site than from Crunchyroll itself after the 1 to 2 day period when they replace the file.
The dark side is our knight in shining armor. But I don't know. There's been some crackdowns. It's not recently anymore, but there was a while ago. Some big sites, some big dark side sites took some. Is it CDAs?
I'm sure they got hit with the cease and desist.
Yeah, and then they just pop up somewhere else.
And
pretty much.
Just host your server in Sweden.
There's. Okay, so I'm trying to remember.
International copyright law, yes.
I'm trying to remember where I saw this. I don't remember if it was videos or if it was like not simuldubbing, subs for like manga or whatever. And some guy was basically saying that he got a CDA and his site got taken down for like a little bit, and then he said his big fuck you to the whole thing was, all right, I moved my servers to the fucking Middle East just so I can keep going. No, I will not cease and desist. Fuck you guys. So
That's pretty crazy.
it's funny though.
Oh yeah, especially with like manga, you'll see that stuff all over websites. Like you get cease and desist orders, and the mangas will just all get taken down because they've been licensed by the big companies.
Yeah. There's a big one recently that went down. What was it? RAR? Yeah, it was RAR. That one made me sad. They played sad music and everything when they got hit. I was just like, oh no. But what about April Fool's Day where they do really fucking awesome stuff with their website?
No more.
A few more days. So we're gonna...
I know, and they're gone, so we're not getting that again.
Back to the video quality there. I'll explain briefly for the audience what the issue is. So basically, the degradation that you'll see won't be readily apparent for most like slice of life shows, and still images and stuff will still look pretty nice and good, and you're probably not going to notice very much. It's when there's a lot of movement, so things are moving around really quickly on the screen, or it's darker, or there's a lot of fine detail in the picture that you're going to start to notice it. And what happens is the finer details in the image will start to get blurred or scrubbed away. The lines on the characters and the backgrounds and all that stuff will get kind of jagged and less defined as they should be. And then they'll be, in the darker scenes at least, you'll probably be able to notice a gradient of different like hues of color and what's called banding. So it's like a rainbow gradient of color that shouldn't be there if the picture was properly encoded.
So if you're going to watch a fast-paced, crazy action series like Symphogear, don't watch it on Crunchyroll. Watch it on the dark side.
Oh. Well, you got
And
I'm still waiting for the season 4 announcement.
And something that for even people that normally wouldn't notice any kind of video issue, you will notice right away if you compared it with like Funimation's player or Hulu's player or Netflix's player, that the image itself should not be like the colors will be a little bit duller, a little bit darker typically, and it's not going to be as crisp looking of an image when you compare it side by side with the Crunchyroll's degraded video for the same exact show and episode. Now, hopefully, once they actually do replace it with the new encode, it'll be back up to a good standard. Though I know there's a certain number of people that didn't like Crunchyroll in the past because the old encoding settings weren't good enough for them. So there's definitely the new settings aren't good enough for them still.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's TV. It's not going to look like a Blu-ray.
Oh, no.
And I think that's the thing too, is with the dark side, you can make the picture look a lot better because you can spend more time improving it, and you have more options available because you're not constrained to the technology they're using on a legal website.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also have people that are actually very enthusiastic about the series, making sure the quality of the video is as high a standard as it can possibly be. Whereas somebody working at Crunchyroll's encoding department, they're going through tons and tons of shows, and it's probably pretty easy to mess up a setting or not have enough time to ensure any kind of standard on the video because you got to get out like 20 shows that day that are coming out for the simulcast. So I guess the final question on that would be, what do you think the impact will be from this scandal, so to say? And do you think Crunchyroll is going to lose a decent number of subscribers over this, or do you think this will just,
Blow over.
blow over and everything will be fine and within a few months and they'll fix everything?
Well, whether they're going to fix everything or not, and they fucking should, dirtbag scum motherfuckers. But I'm pretty sure the vast majority of people are there because it's a legal streaming site and they really don't know or are too lazy to or don't care to go to the dark side for their anime watching. I'm sure there is a chunk of people who will probably just cancel their subscriptions and go somewhere else to watch their anime, whether it be dark side websites, downloading, just waiting and hoping that the DVD/Blu-ray will be released. Who knows?
Right. Personally, I think this is going to blow over. I mean, I think maybe for a little bit they'll be extra aware of it because they got caught and tossed out there, and they actually had to write a PSA or whatever. So, but I feel like in a couple months, maybe they might just go right back to it. So, I mean, if this was deliberate, they're not going to stop. They'll just be aware of it for a little bit and then let it set down again. And, I mean, they got away with it for 3 years. So if that's the case,
well,
yeah.
if that fan subber is now that people are aware, though, if that fan subber, is watching them diligently,
I mean, maybe, yeah,
I can see
watching
that.
them
I
like
can see
Big
people
Brother.
I can see people being more aware of it on the whole. If there's actual, screen cap evidence that can be tested and seen, and that was the key here was any user could rip the file themselves from the simulcast as it came out, and then compare that to the same exact episode, ripping it again 2 or 3 days later when they replaced it with a different file, and you could see the difference in the quality yourself. Like you didn't have to rely just on this guy's word.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the big question you're asking: are they going to lose subscribers? They're going to lose a couple. They're going to lose some, but it's not going to be significant enough, and they'll probably make it back quickly enough that it's not going to matter.
Yeah, I'd have
like
to.
I said, they're the guys. They got everything. They've got all the sources right.
I'd have to agree in that regard. This will eventually blow over for them, and it'll be back to business as usual once most everybody that's been upset about it, it's calmed down. Once they fix the video issue to where it's back to the same kind of quality they had previously.
Got to clean up the spilled salt. Got to untwist their panties, and then a few months down the road, everything will be hunky dory.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts on it, at least.
But I don't think it's until the spring season that they're going to actually start encoding everything with the new settings from the get-go.
Sure. Don't they have to switch to HTML5 soon?
Yeah, I believe they have to because the Flash player has to be replaced since a lot of the browsers are discontinuing it. In fact, Chrome has taken it out of Chrome. So
Thank God.
You have to manually add it in if you want to even use it in Chrome anymore.
It's about time.
And I believe also Adobe is discontinuing support for it in the future.
Yeah. So changes are coming.
When they will hit, nobody knows.
That's this year is what they said, right? So I mean,
yeah. I'm just curious on how long it's going to take them to re-encode all the past libraries.
Yeah. Considering how long it's taking them to just encode the library for the Funimation titles they're moving over, which they initially
they've been kind of slow at that, yeah.
Initially, I think they said they were going to have it by like December.
They just got Hero Academia
December last year or this year?
Yeah, last year.
That's It's been a lot slower in progress.
So
But
yeah, considering the speed of that,
they haven't really commented on that either. So I mean,
I can see this transitioning to the better and quality encodings for the catalog of anything not in the current seasons and moving forward taking
sure.
months to years.
I mean, they should be expanding, right? I mean, they should be becoming bigger, but I don't know where that money's going. So
Someone's pocket.
maybe
It's to send Sailor B over to Japan.
that's not that expensive, though.
They don't care. They're going to send her over to Japan 5 times a week.
One thing I do wonder is if the engineers that they canned in the last few months knew about this issue, and that's part of the reason why they were being canned.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe. Once again, I think that's a big assumption here. We don't have enough to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
That's-
just a thought.
It's
Maybe.
Yeah. So
So how about the Switch?
oh, we're all bring that up.
Why not?
Switch topics.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I mean, obviously, when you have an amazing game like Zelda to start, you don't really need anything else for a while. So,
Elder Scrolls Breath of the Wild, is it?
no. It's not really like Skyrim. Like, there's so many other things in this that you can't do in Skyrim.
Yeah.
To
And
fill
it's
our
got-
audience members in, the Switch is Nintendo's new system that they just released this past couple weeks here, and
And I'd say go get one, except you probably can't.
Well, you could if you want to look on eBay or Craigslist.
Well, you
And
just be patient. It'll be available and
so yeah,
soon. I mean,
the initial outlook is that the sales are pretty good because it seems to be sold out in most places.
hey, they're outselling the Wii U, guys.
so they had to be a little cautious with their like initial stock because I mean the fucking Wii U was a disaster for them. So I mean, but they're doing just fine with Zelda kind of fucking catapulting them. So
Well, the big problem with the Wii U was the lack of games. Let's see how well the Switch.
No. There are plenty of games.
I know there are plenty of
They
games.
don't want to. It's just that for the people who wanted like third-party games and they wanted to do all that kinds of other stuff. Where I was just like, I got my Nintendo exclusives. I was good, but whatever.
Oh, the thing is, if you're buying
I don't need a game every month.
if you're buying a Nintendo console, if you're not buying it for the Nintendo games, then it's a waste of money.
Probably.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because most people will have a PS4 or a Xbox One, and the multi-platform releases are on all of them.
Yeah.
You're only going to be buying it for one console.
I gotta admit, it's good to be a PS4 owner right now.
It is.
Like I had never, I up to this year, I had not like fucking used it like enough at all to justify it. But last month we've had, Horizon, Nier, Neo. We got Persona 5.
Oh God, Persona 5. Cannot wait.
It's good to have that.
So, what are your guys' thoughts on the reported bugs that some people are experiencing with the Switch?
I think people are overreacting, and
Oh.
people are being stupid with them. As a
It
Switch owner,
is-
I can tell you.
It is a vocal minority, and although Nintendo did come out recently and actually admit that there was a design error
Yeah.
with the Joy-Con.
I think the two issues I saw that look legitimate to me are the Joy-Con one, where it's like the left one
The
doesn't
left one disconnects
pick up,
sometimes,
and
for like 2 seconds,
Yeah,
the charging dock is kind of
scratching it.
abrasive on the screen.
well,
I mean, so I haven't had that issue at all. Like, I mean, don't like shove it into the dock. Like, gently put it in and gently lift it out. I mean, it's a fucking tablet. What do you expect?
Well, the thing is, there are 2 easy fixes that could do away with that Nintendo could have done by themselves. Like, put something soft on the front of the stupid dock and it won't scratch the screen. And just put a fucking screen protector on it. As for the Joy-Con, that is an actual design flaw. As I believe the recalls they have been doing, they have only been adding a small piece of shielding foam to the inside of the controller.
Yeah, so they're saying that the signal is getting lost because of water, basically. And guess what people are made of?
Water.
A lot of it.
And they sweat too.
Yep. So they're saying like if people would like put the controller behind, like ever behind their back or anything like that for whatever reason, it would disconnect. I've had it sometimes. I haven't had a lot of issues with it, but like once or twice maybe in the 3 weeks, maybe more I've had it. So it's not been significant enough for me to really care or call up Nintendo. I mean, they said they'll take care of it for you for free. So I mean, if you do,
but it's the same thing as like the Red Ring of Death. Like you have to send the controller to Nintendo.
Sure,
it'll probably take about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and you'll have it back.
Sure.
One thing I read that they're not taking care of is if you're one of the few unfortunate people that has a dead pixel on your screen.
That is unfortunate.
They issued an official statement that basically said dead pixels are normal. And
no.
Have a nice day.
Really? I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
I believe they're not doing anything about it unless it's like more than 5 dead pixels, I think it was.
Well, okay. I haven't noticed that, but all right.
So I guess, if you're worried about potentially getting one that has dead pixels, make sure to get that extended warranty or buy from a place where they have a good return and exchange policy.
Yeah. I mean, that should be good enough at least. I would think like a Best Buy or GameStop probably would refund it if you have the receipt still in the warranty time. So,
and if your Switch bricks itself, then you're just fucked.
Well, don't.
Yeah. Again, the same
vocal minority of people, I'm sure, but
yeah,
it has happened.
The same applies for them. Buy from a reputable dealer that has a good return exchange policy.
Don't fucking buy from scalpers. Seriously,
especially if they're charging like $700.
Yeah.
Just don't be a dumbass.
Yeah. Here's there's another annoying thing. Like GameStop, apparently they won't sell like the single system to you. They'll sell they're really trying to sell the bundle, which is like
$450.
No, it's more than that. It's like $600, and it's all the games. Yeah, so it's all the games. So it's like 1-2 Switch, Zelda, controllers, all that extra stuff. And guess what? You're not saving any money. It actually adds up to the retail price. So they're literally just trying to make you buy all that. Oh, and you can't return any of the games to them for any
store credits.
Store credit. So
you're buying a Zelda machine and you're getting a whole bunch of extra shit you don't want.
Yeah. So I would literally just wait and not let them do that. Just wait. There'll be plenty within the next month. So, but it's worth it. I'll tell you that the Zelda's game is one of a kind. So,
I have also heard of a group of people that are trying to themselves port Breath of the Wild to PC. Although I imagine they'll eventually get hit with a cease.
They're going to get they'll get hit hard. Nintendo's one of those companies that does not like it.
They do not fuck around.
They do not fuck around. Even if you're being like. Like there's so many like Pokemon that are completely like original and whatever they've been put up and they've got
yeah.
So I mean, don't they'll get hit pretty quickly if that happens.
Yeah, they will.
So what do you guys think about the game catalog moving forward? Do you think it'll be successful?
I
think
do. I think
think
there
it-
is.
think it'll be this about the same as Wii U or better?
I think
Go ahead, Aiden.
it'll be the same as the Wii U, except they're going to have a little bit of third party support. And like right now, of course, they have third party support, but most of them are ports, which is an issue.
I'm going to say that it's going to do just fine because it sounds like some of the issues that they had with the Wii U were it was not easy to design for the games. This one, there's not really any issues. And I've also seen that like this thing is going to be a huge indie game machine because they said that the, the kits or whatever the Nintendo gives out for these things are super like convenient for the user. Like, so for all these indie game designers. So there's going to be a ton of stuff that gets put up on the Switch store from that. And, I mean, you've already seen some big people that said that before they like knocked the shit out of Nintendo for their for the Wii U, like Bethesda with Skyrim and some of those other things. I mean, it'll really prove to itself if you do see the sequel, Elder Scrolls 6. But I mean, Bethesda's signed on officially, basically, and they were one of the companies that really said they would never do anything with the Nintendo before. So either they've been bought out real nicely or they see a lot of potential in the system. So
another thing you're going to have to be worried about with the Switch, multi-console releases for the Switch are at least $10 more expensive.
For indies.
Oh no. It's been like any physical release because of the price of the cartridges.
Maybe. I guess I haven't really seen too many other third-party games on the store because there aren't really any right now.
Not right now.
I guess we'll see if that continues to be the case then. But, I mean, otherwise, people are going to buy this a lot for its Nintendo catalog. So there's plenty. I mean, I personally never had Mario Kart on Wii U. So, I'm gonna get Mario Kart next month, and that's gonna be good. It'll definitely be interesting to see how their new online stuff goes. But then they've got Splat, they've got Mario Odyssey, they've already announced the new Fire Emblem, they've already announced Dragon Quest, Xenoblade 2. There's a ton of shit. They've got a pipeline packed. I can't wait to see what they've got for E3. E3 is going to be something to see this year.
Is the online going to be paid now?
Yes.
It is, but it's cheap, like $20 for the year.
Okay, so you can get an annual subscription versus the monthly.
Yeah. So it's they said that it'll be $20 for the year, I think, and they said they wouldn't put it up until it's ready, basically. So they'll have it, or sorry, you won't have to pay for it until it's completely like set up and ready, which will be this fall.
Yeah.
So they're going to have stuff. They're going to have stuff going, and they're going to have the online service. But basically, that's going to be their test run for a while.
So yeah,
And,
like a beta test, basically with live users until.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But
do you think the system will perform better than the Wii and the Wii U previously? About the same, worse?
What do you mean perform? Like
sales-wise?
Sales-wise, I think it's already going to do better. They've got one of the big issues with the Wii U starting out was they didn't have like anything at launch, really. Like I'm a huge Nintendo proponent, as you kind of already can tell. But like I didn't even buy a Wii U at launch. I waited until Smash Brothers came out. So, I mean,
well,
they've already got stuff going. They've got a huge console seller in Zelda, and they've got people's attention. They're doing better with their advertising too, it seems like. Like people before, I keep hearing, didn't even know the Wii U existed, or they thought it was just the same system as the Wii.
Yeah, that
So-
marketing.
They're
The
already
hor-
doing a better
The
job.
horrible naming conventions too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it kind of stands out on its own. I mean, Nintendo has had such a dominant play in the mobile market that it's kind of ridiculous, honestly. Their only competition now is cell phones. So, I mean, cell phones and tablets, basically. Sony's just effectively handed them it, for now at least.
In the Americas, at least.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, visual novels come out in like that's still Japan, but they're dominating the market in terms of handhelds. And this thing, being able to play strong games like that, like taking Zelda on the go. Like I actually finished the game. Well, finished the final boss at least. Well, I was in a car on a trip back from Colorado. So I mean, being able to play something that high quality with you on the go is it's a great experience. I can't wait to see like when you actually get multiplayer, because that's another thing that's bugged me with games recently is there's not enough local multiplayer. Local multiplayer is one of the greatest parts of gaming, I would say. Like, and so to see that it's all online now is kind of just disappointing. But the Switch has a lot more potential to bring back that local multiplayer, especially since there's this whole split screen sort of stuff they're going off of, where you can use one Joy-Con or the other, or you have so many options for controllers and stuff like that. So I mean,
Yeah, and
I'm interested to see how that's going to play out, especially when you can play it on the go. So I mean,
and the fact that you can chain together the very additional switches without actually connecting to the Wi-Fi, like
yeah,
the
local
network
play.
services. Yeah.
So I think there's plenty to go off of for now.
So it has like an intranet.
Mm-hmm. So, oh yeah, and they also said that you could, what is it? Like you can download the software or whatever off that someone else like has, I think, from like if you needed an update or whatever, I think you can download the update from someone else if they have the update. So I have to check on that, but I think that sounds right. So we jumped topics completely there. But,
That was good, and there was some overlap with the
issues, yeah.
issues, part.
I think Nintendo's doing a better job than Crunchyroll is, though.
Well, I don't know. Neither of them can really seem to admit where there are issues.
Would you say the Switch was ready for game time with the?
It was ready for launch?
The releasing, yeah.
I'd say it's close enough, at least. I don't know. The fact that they had Zelda like actually ready for them is going to help them no matter what. In terms of the console's like system, seems fine to me, honestly.
One thing I will say: give us another fucking Metroid already.
E3. I'm praying. I'm praying here. Seriously, I'm praying.
Yeah.
I just need a little snippet. Just fucking show me like Samus's armor or the symbol or something. I don't know. Just give me another fucking Metroid. It could be 2D, it could be 3D.
And
prefer 3D, but
a proper Metroid. Proper Metroid.
Blast ball shit. All
right, let's sign off.
There you go.
We had a good enough talk there about some random topics.
Plenty. You might have to split this one too.
No, it's only about an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This has been your host, Sonic720.
I have been aidenraine signing off.
And I'm Bio.
Stay classy, internet.
Stay classy. Stay thirsty, my friends. Okay.
Oh
Oh
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We're done. We are bored. This is futile.